YouTube. Now I got another first timer today. I'm going to actually try and show you how to make salsa. The only problem is my salsa never turns out the same. I never make the same salsa twice. And the thing is I always use different ingredients every time. I just use what I've got. So that I just showed you, that was a hatch green chili. Here, this is a Jimmy Nardello pepper. I got a small banana pepper here. Here's a peppercini. Got a couple of them. Pink Oxheart tomatoes. I've got pink Oxheart tomatoes. These are all pink Oxhearts, and I'm pulling one out. I owe my neighbor one, but here's a sweet datil pepper. Looks hot, doesn't it? It isn't. It's sweet. Yellow pear cherry tomato, and I'm gonna try and do a review on one of these soon. All of these, really, all the ones I haven't done yet. But anyway, I'm gonna get these cut up. I already started on them, and I'm gonna get the rest of them into the pan. That is a Captain Lucky tomato. It wasn't looking good. I let it sit on the vine too long. I'm assuming it's probably a common problem because I'm used to tomatoes being red. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything cut up and show you the next step. Be right back with you. Okay, so I just spent the last hour and a half to 2 hours cutting everything up, and I've got a pretty good sized pot of tomatoes and peppers and everything else. And so just to make a note, whatever hot peppers you have, you always want to cut those up last. So just so you're not burning yourself up and poking yourself in the eye with a hot finger or anything. But next step, I'm going to cut 2 limes in half. I didn't grow these myself. I'm going to cut 2 limes in half and squeeze the juice in and start this bad boy up. All you do is turn it on kind of medium, not quite medium. I don't like to cook things on high heat. But while that's getting started, I'm going to throw these in and go throw all this stuff into the worm bin. So I'll be right back with you, and I'll show you all this getting kind of soupy. So we'll be back. Here we are. She's starting to boil a little bit. Next, I'm going to, well, that's garlic salt. I want garlic powder. Got it right here. I use the cheap Great Value brand. Same thing as the McCormick brand, just different packaging, I'm sure. But I like it good and garlicky. And I'll probably even add some more after that. But anyway, I gotta go answer the phone. Of course, it wasn't anybody important. So anyway, between this frame and the last frame, I added some black peppercorn. I used stuff in the grinder. You can use whatever, but just stir that in there. I also added a little bit more garlic. Like I said, I like mine really garlicky. It just what I prefer. That right there, that's a purple bell pepper. Hold on, not the. This is a purple bell pepper. So I got a little bit of everything. Like I said, my recipes never turn out the same because I always do it different. I never use the same stuff. I just use what I have on hand. But they always come out good, and that's what I'm worried about. So anyway, I'll let this boil for a little bit. I've got jars to can it with. Sorry, I'm not gonna go over canning. I'm still learning that myself, so I don't know it enough to teach it, but If you have questions on it, I can help you out, or at least send you in a good direction. But anyway, I'm going to let this go for a little bit. Put the lid back on it. Put the lid back on it. And I'll come back to it in another 20 minutes or so and check on it. So anyway, there we are. Okay, so this was full, like up towards the top, but I went ahead and broke out the strainer and I strained off all the juice that was on it. I'm thinking I might go ahead and try and make some spaghetti sauce out of the juice that's left over. And I'm getting ready to start washing my jars. I got my set of jars. I'm using half pint jars. They seem like the perfect size. You pull out a half pint of salsa and you eat the whole thing. But right now it's pretty much done, and I'm gonna start canning it. And I said earlier I wasn't gonna show you how to can it, but I'm pretty sure I know exactly how. With it being salsa, all tomatoes, and I got the lime juice in it. I'm gonna add just a little bit more lemon juice. It's acidic enough. Basically, you just put it in a clean jar, put the lid on it, not super cranked on the lid, but just good and snug, and you wait for it to cool down. And as it's cooling down, you'll hear the, let me do that again. So you'll hear the, and it's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you that, since I'm gonna be doing it anyway. But I'll be right back with you on the next step, which is basically putting it in the jar. Obviously you wash the jar, so I'm not going to show you that, but put it in a clean jar. Okay, so I've got 6 half quarts, so I got 3 quarts of salsa made. Just to correct what I was saying earlier, you actually have to do a warm bath with your rings to get your rings to seal. And I didn't do it with my first 3, so I got my first 3 back here and my second 3 up here. So I'm gonna see if my first 3 pull through and seal. This should be the first one that you hear the on, but if not, these should. So to correct myself, if I was wrong, I think there's more than one way to do it, because I did have hot salsa to heat up the rings, but that is an important step because that's what makes your seal. So anyway, I'm done. One big pot turned out to be 3 quarts, and of course I still got tomato juice too. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helps, and enjoy.